Really enjoyed the first half there, Matt. It was exciting, it was back and forth, it looked like Astralis could have run away with it, but then MiBR came to life, 8-7. We thought we got a great game on our hands, but unfortunately it goes 15-7. Astralis has looked too strong in the second half, and MiBR, you can see, not looking too happy over there. They wanted to perform better, but train, they can bring it back.
That's where Yenko needs to be. Yenko can be a very serious man, as we know. He's bit dry in his humor at times. Yes. He needs to learn to be positive in these situations because they need to keep their spirits up. That was the best first half we've seen them play in over a month. I'll say it right now. They look much better than they have. With that said, we'll take a break. We come back for map number 2 in just a minute.
Way it should be played and win daily prizes. Communities from your region and skill level are just around the corner with hubs. Play like the pros in FPL, find new friends, and dominate the leaderboards. Experience real progression in our leagues and ladders. Queue solo or with your friends and climb up the ranks to reach that top spot. Play daily tournaments and qualifiers for a shot at the biggest stages like the Major. Track your stats, match history, and more from your profile. Turn your hard-earned Faceit points won in hubs, leagues, and tournaments into real prizes. Head to the Faceit shop for a cheeky PC upgrade or that one skin you've been eyeing. Sign up for free now. Upgrade or that one skin you've been eyeing. Sign up for free now.
Things that you don't say, just want it all. That's when I felt those vibes, I knew it. Just let me speechless, because we always agree that we just power through it. I'm getting goosebumps, not like I don't even know you, don't even know you. Tell me all the things that you don't say, just want it on us. Tell me all the things that you don't say, that you get on it. No, 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 I ain't gonna get down about it. I'm a lifetime soldier, already told ya, don't you ever doubt it. Let's take a moment, double back on everything that we made. Conquer villages to kingdoms of the dragons we've slayed. Could you have done it all without me loving on you? Do you know the walls so quickly crumble? You can't perform your show. Can you believe we were in love before? Together but alone we fall. It's miserable, but I gotta give you one last go. Tell me all the things that you don't say, just want it on us. Tell me all the things that you don't say, that you get on it. No, 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 I ain't gonna get down about it. I'm a lifetime soldier, already told ya, don't you ever doubt it. Oh, stories untold, I wonder what could have been, but now you'll never find her.
Pete and Ellie took in 3 foster children.
Should we give them a kiss goodnight?
You guys are overthinking this.
I'm your...
I'm a lifetime soldier, already told ya, don't you ever doubt it. On it, on it, tell me all the things that you don't.
A melhor carne,
Amor,
corte nobre.
O que você quer comer hoje?
Don't act like I don't even know you, don't even know you. Tell me all the things that you don't say. Tell me all the things that you don't say, that you
If I drink all night from this bottle of Jack, is it gonna take the pain away? If I smoke all day like a stoner, is it really gonna put me in a haze? If the truth is what I really feel, then all I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. If I go to the church and I pray all day, would it make me a holy saint? If I sleep for the night and I don't wake up, will my dreams be here to stay? If the truth is what I really feel, then all I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. Let the music play! I still love her, would she still be in love with me? If I wrote you a letter, would you love me better? Would you still treat me the same? If the truth is what I really feel, then all I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. All I wanna say,
on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be sleeping on Astralis, though. Like we said, they've just returned, well, just still currently, I guess, at a boot camp here in Texas. They were in the Complexity facilities, and I'm sure they've been working on that map, and you don't really see them boot camp that often because obviously they're at every single event usually. Sometimes they do pick and choose some to fall back on, like some people question their decisions, like sometimes they miss out on the Grand Slam events, for example, because they want a bit of a break, but either way, they've been boot camping hard. I'm sure they're ready for this particular map.
Interesting part of that is that they could actually still be the team to win the Grand Slam. They've got 2 chances to do so, needing one further win. We'll get back to that when we're in a Grand Slam. For now, ECS Finals. That was the score on the door. I hate it. I keep saying it, but it's for you, Henry, to make you feel at home. After the first map, 24 kills for Zippix, 24 for Magisk. He was very sharp throughout, 26 for Fur. That surprises me because it took a while for him to get there. and he's sort of carried the rounds they did win on the T side.
Yeah, one thing I will say though, Stewie and Tarek, sure, it's easy to say from the scoreboard, but looking at their individual play, you could see they were overwhelmed at times. Tarek just couldn't get into the game whatsoever. He looked like he was lost and getting flashed off, pushed, just outread every single time. Need to see more from Tarek. Obviously, their standard chance here on Train. I do think Astralis is still going to be incredibly strong here, especially with that performance. But one thing I will say is, Matt, that not many teams can break a streak from Astralis, but they're 4-0 up, and then all of a sudden MIBR came to life and got 6 rounds in a row. So they definitely can go toe-to-toe with Astralis. They need to make sure they're maintaining that throughout the entire game, though, not just one half.
Exactly, it's consistency. It seemed like they did that when they had momentum and they had the economy in their favor for a period of time, but then as soon as Astralis adapted and changed things up, they had no answer for it at all. I think you'd look good as a blonde, Henry.
As a blonde, yeah, I could do it. Like,
give it a go.
Maybe I'll dye the goatee blonde first and see how I get on.
The thing is, you should probably dye it black so it actually looks like it's there. If you dye it blonde, it's just going to disappear.
The problem I've got is it goes like, he just starts going ginger after a few days. I really hate having any sort of facial hair. I'm so happy he's got like, 2 weeks left until this is gone. But yes, either way, there's Magisk. Absolutely stunning shots from him on that A-bomb side. Looked so strong. And MIBR, I caught them in the hallways walking past a bit of a debate as to what went wrong in that first map. Yanko doing most of the talking with Fallen, trying to work out why they were giving up pistol rounds and why things weren't going as planned. So I'm sure they're going to try and pick up the pieces. See Yanko sat in the chair next to him, just trying to go over the last few bits and pieces there to work out how they find success here on Train. It looks like Astralis will be starting on the CT side from what I can see right now. I assume they're not starting too soon if we've got no headsets on and Fallen still with the jacket on there, Matt. So
yeah, trying to stay warm. I will say this is a criticism that I had in 2013 when I first did my first LAN in Dallas. What have I done now? This is my 4th or 5th LAN in Dallas. I'm not sure. One of the things they have here is it's so warm outside that they crank the AC inside.
Sure.
And I wish the city would just find like a balance, you know? I don't want to have to wear shorts and a t-shirt, but then go, maybe I need to bring this jacket for when I'm inside because it's going to be so cold. And I do find that air conditioning can be can get you here. So it doesn't surprise me to see a few players trying to stay warm. They're all bundled up. It looks like we could be anywhere in the world for that matter. And I did see some hand warmers being used backstage between maps. So
have you
standard in that sense.
To check out the main arena yet?
I have. I walked in. It looks quite good. Yeah. Very cool that we're in sort of a purpose-built facility.
Yes, one that's going to be used for all sorts of games. This is the first event that's ever been held in it. Looks great out there. I can't wait to see the crowd coming in as well. I think it's seats about 4,000, I believe. So that looks pretty cool. It's going to be very exciting to kick off.
I didn't look closely. I think it's modular. I would say the seating capacity for what I saw out there right now isn't quite 4 grand.
But yeah.
But I think that they can add to it. I'm not sure. I didn't get a good chance. They had the lights off. They're still doing build on stage, so I didn't get a chance to walk around too much. I had to put on a hard hat and sign a waiver and all that shortly. So I just checked out what I could.
Well, we've got 2 players in the bathroom right now. There's the lovely
stage.
Yes, you can see all the beautiful ECS colors there. And we've got the players out there right now. No crowd today. They'll be coming in on Saturday and Sunday. This is the best of 3 with Astralis taking the first map. But Train, to be fair, Astralis have picked this map. So
no, and that's again wildcard map. Astralis picked it. They stole MIBR's. It's kind of it's one of those series where both teams should be proficient on both maps. To be fair, like there's the fact that they picked Train, but MIBR is formerly good on Train. MIBR picked Mirage. Astralis is obviously good on Mirage. It's kind of a pretty good series for both teams in that sense. But yeah, after the boot camp, it's kind of curious to see, right? What are they going to bring?
Well, this is the thing as well. It's a smart move by Astralis because I'm not sure MIBR would have done that much prep for Train.
I'm also not sure that too many teams have the depth that Astralis have on their map pool as it is anyway. So the fact of the matter is, by bringing Train now into it and making it a map that they picked, they send a message to other teams. Even if they don't want to use this map regularly in series, by doing it in the group stage, they say to everyone else, hey, we're willing to pick Train. Now do other teams go, well, we can't auto-ban Nuke on them because they're going to pick Train on us. Do we have to ban Train? It's a bit of like a mind game in their map pool process right now.
Constantly just chasing Astralis, trying to catch up with them, but then they add another map to their pool, all of a sudden it goes wrong even further. Just one thing to know as well, Fur actually looked like one of the few players that looked great throughout that first map. I think he posted like 23, 24 kills. He was aggressive as usual, hitting his shots and holding them off on their attacks towards A, but wasn't quite enough.
That'll be, just to go back.
Oh,
sorry.
No, that was pretty much
I was going to say, just to go back, that'll be one of the tests is when we get to the playoffs. If they're still picking Train, then hey, welcome to the new map for Astralis. I think that's when you go back to standard. I think the group stage is when they play with this because, like I say, this is when you can flirt with the map pool and sort of, first off, test yourself in an actual match environment instead of just a boot camp because scrims are great and all, but they're not matches. Very different environment, and you get a chance to play with the other team's mindset a little bit. So keep that in mind if you're watching and you're trying to, when we get to playoffs, see how Astralis veto then.
Well, what a perfect time to experiment with terrain. You're already a map up. It's best of 3. You can actually afford to give this one away. It's Inferno next, where MIBR don't actually look that promising, generally speaking. Like, it's one of the best Astralis maps. You know you've got that in the locker, whatever happens. So just a chance to kind of flex a little bit here and show us how strong they can be on this particular map. Remember, they've got Dupree on that secondary AWP. They're not shy to bring that out now. On a map like Train, we might see more and more of that. I'm interested to see if that transpires. And Tarek, player I pointed out at the beginning of this one, he didn't look amazing. He is now the secondary AWPer for MIBR team, not Cold Zero. It might be map dependent.
Yeah, I saw that last map.
But it might be map dependent, but that's the way it looked to me right now. And if that was the case, Tarek did not look comfortable at all. So hopefully he can find some form here and maybe pick up the pieces a little bit.
I think Tarek's someone, too, who rose to prominence so quickly. Perhaps he feels the most pressure, right? I mean, he in-game led Cloud9 to a major. After playing on Optic as the star player, he's gotten used to having sort of North America look to him as a staple and a beacon in the community. Now he goes to the Brazilian lineup. Stewie is loved and revered for his playstyle and kind of fits in with them. Obviously had the 6K round in Brazil. Tarek's never really had anything stand out, and we know that the Portuguese fan base and the Brazilian fan base can be quite hostile at times. I think the pressure's got to get to him the most, because he looks like he is rushing his shots a lot in the op.
Well, he's no longer the big name in the squad. Like, he has to take a bit of a backseat, it seems, with the power available within the MIBR machine. And yes, we want to see more from him. Excellent player, not his day today, but it's still early on. We'll see whether he can pull it back. The Zipex, who was probably the absolute MVP of the previous map. So many 1v1s, 1v2s going in his favor as usual. What we've come to expect at this point. We sound a bit like a broken record in that respect, but he keeps delivering every single map. Not sure how he finds the consistent form. Same for Glaive. He's also excellent in that department. So it's a very difficult team to beat down. If you play the perfect strat, the best default, you get a 1 versus 3 and Zipex is alive, rotating from the B-bomb side. You're still in trouble, and such a massive asset for them to have. You can see Yanko there, you pointed out, needs to make sure he's positive in this environment. We've definitely seen times where he's just as frustrated as the team, and they're trying to work out the problems. Need to make sure they keep everything positive, keep everyone's head in the game. If one player's dropped out, mentally not there, it can be absolutely everything. I think we are still waiting for one more player in the bathroom, I believe. I think it was Cold Zera, I heard on comms, so hopefully he arrives. We'll move back into it, as I know you're all chomping at the bit to get back into this best of 3. What a matchup it is. MIBR Astralis, and it is the first map. Mirage, interesting enough as MIBR's pick, going in favor of the Danes.
He's just walked onto the stage now, fashionably late. There's this. Oh, look at that! He even like came up.
Peekaboo.
He's like Luigi coming out of a tube.
Yeah, pretty much. Not Mario.
Mario, Luigi.
Yeah.
I saw green, okay? He's got green on his sleeve with the Razer logo, so.
Well, the headphones are going in, the jackets are off, bums are in seats, so hopefully we'll be underway momentarily. Like I said, Astralis start on the CT side here. This is MIBR's pick. That does not bode well.
Sponsored by Tinder.
Yes.
And apparently, I was talking to Tommy about this.
Okay.
He was saying, oh, we have a tire sponsor as well, and I thought, really? They're not on the jersey. I said, who is he? He goes, some company by Nitto. Dude, I race on Nittos.
Yeah?
It's like our semi-slick that we use when we're not running a full Pirelli. So I was like, dude, you basically have the 2 sponsors I need in my life.
Tinder and the tires.
And tires for the car.
Perfect.
It's perfect. I agree. The less money I spend on tires, the more I can spend on Tinder.
Well, it is Tarek there, looking ready. Like you said, maybe not feeling like he's doing his best work in MIBR, but
they do knife for sides, by the way, in ECS.
Oh, really? I thought it was... Okay, well, I got it wrong.
No,
I thought it was their map pick,
they're going to be knifing currently, in fact. Don't know if we can bring that up and have some fun for all of you, but if not, we'll look at Zonic's rather... What do you want to call that look? Here it is. It was a rather seductive look, I think.
Seductive,
I don't know which player he was looking at. 3-on-3, Henry, you want to take this one away?
Well, I was ready for it, but it's gone, unfortunately. MIBR do win it, a much-needed knife round, I would say, considering it's a map like Train. You want to get that CT side, you want to win the pistol, you want to be looking to get 9-10 rounds on the CT side, whether that's possible against Astralis, I'm not really sure. But it looks like we're ready to go live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. We apologize for the delay. It will be map number 2 underway any second now, and we'll have a look at the buys as they come through. You can see a quick huddle as they discuss their options here. Zipex actually doing the majority of the talking there. It's going to be Glaive listening as Device is stretching, getting ready to show us what he's capable of. Always so deadly on maps like Train. It's a sniper's dream. You You can do so much damage on the CT side, especially so much open space and easy ways to rotate towards both bomb sites. I'm sure he'll be causing some damage here as Zonic gets stuck in. He's ready to give the real speech now. Tell them what's going on.
This is it. It's a game of inches. I wish I remembered that whole speech from Any Given Sunday. That's one of the best. We used to quote that like first game of the playoffs, guy named Mike Simons on our hockey team. First period, he just bust out that whole speech, and we'd be like, all right, let's go, boys. We're fired up.
Just like knock it out of the park.
Sorry?
I said pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely, pretty much. Nice. We used to also sing I Feel the Winds of God Today, which is a hymn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we used to rip that out whenever we were going into a third period in the playoffs. And then I'd go out and get a penalty, and we'd lose because they'd score on the power play. So it was all fine.
Well, we are sat down. The in-ears are being placed. The headsets are going on. The coffee is being drank. Heads are being rubbed. It's all coming together now. Dupree doesn't look that excited, but as MIBR ready on the CT side, the buys are starting to come through. Fallen with the defuse kit, 2 flashbangs. Molotovs and smokes here for Astralis. Janko is loosening up.
Yeah, he's the one stretching out. He's getting ready for this.
They've got 2 smokes there on the T side. So this is either an outside execution or they go for the lower play and have the Molotov for post-plant towards inside. We'll see. It looks like we have got the bomb heading towards it. So this could be maybe an outside fake or a straight-up outside play with the fast smokes. We'll see whether they get on the pop dog or not. It will be an outside attack. Smokes down, and Tarek to defend him. He hasn't looked too good today. See if he can find the initial headshots. He actually just receives one straight up, and it's at the fur now to try and pull this round back. So bomb's planted. Stewie tantalizingly close to denying it, but it will be planted. Magus finds a 4-on-2, and now Fur and Cold Zero. It looks like an impossible task ahead of them, Matt.
It certainly does. More so if Cold's not going to hit those shots because it's making matters worse. Device finds Fur despite taking damage. Cold gets one in return finally on his Ipix, but that could have been his second, not his first. If it were, he'd be in a 1-on-2, and he might have a chance to make it a 1-on-1 if that had hit. He now knows Device is low, however. Swings out, finds him in the corner, tries to bait the shots, but very slyly Device slides underneath of his crosshair, and we find ourselves with Astralis winning their 3rd of 3 pistols in this series.
Not bad at all. Very nice stuff there. Astralis with the outside smokes. The flashbangs. 3 players out of Pop Dog. Tarek stuck behind E-Box. He needed at least 1 kill. We could hear them coming, but got absolutely nothing out of it. Apart from the bullet to the face, as they will force fire in the second. MIBR, this is a risk if ever I've seen one. So they won't get guns in the 3rd if they don't win this, of course. They're going to try and win out here with the double scouts. A lot of teams do try this on train. Just because now of the $1,900 you get, so you can actually afford 2 scouts instead of just 1. Whether it'll work out for them is yet to be seen, though. They need to be very sneaky about it. They don't want to fire off too many shots. They want to suggest they're full eco. Oh, Tarek. His woes continue here, Matt. Surely he'll be going down. Double team from the Pop Dog and the main entrance. Dupree with both kills so far. Make it 3. Fur and Stewie, nothing to do, I'm afraid. The scout's not going to save them now, and the backstab will be found. Zipix gets dinked in the process. The bomb's planted. The force spy goes wrong. It's going to be 3-0. And I say that because they're full eco next round. They can't afford to invest anything into round number 3.
Yeah, that's a bit of a struggle, City.
Not a single kill.
Yeah, Tarek definitely is still at odds with the game right now, I think. Safe way of saying so. Good shot from Fur, at least, to find Device.
He has looked good, so I'm sure we'll get another one here. Yeah, you can just feel it. He's in good position there, and he does get 2. Dupree with 3 kills, though. He'll be fine with that. They are up against a full eco, whatever happens. So maybe just PG-50s here, I would say, at the very most. Can't really justify much more than that. Cold Sarah maybe can get Deagle with 3K. There's the replay of Dupree from the main entrance at Tarek. Got completely flashed out of position. Dupree just looks clinical with his approach of the AK-47, dissects the outside bomb site, and it will be a full eco. Just 1 HE purchased, and that will do 4 damage towards Dupree. So, there we go.
Device spots 1. Smart to not repeat. The nade's not bad.
Just to know, Astralis has not bought all the utility. They've just got smokes, some HEs. They haven't purchased everything. They're just like, you know, if anyone goes down, let's keep the money as strong as possible. We don't need these flashes.
Sure, and also not give away. Well, I suppose when you have 1 nade, you're going to drop your strongest nade, so that doesn't matter. I like what Device did there. Spotted 1 rather than repeat it. Just threw a nade out. Knew that they weren't going to have armor. Spotted a pistol. Lots of damage done to Fur. He's on 63, and now removed by Dupree, in fact. So Jisk has been working his way in from Ivy the whole time. Glaive able to take out Stewie.
I've never seen that sort of like self-preservation before. You're just like, let's not even buy utility here. If we lose any players, we want to make sure we have loads of cash going forward. That's quite an interesting approach. Maybe something they've been working on in their little boot camp. I don't think I've seen that from them before. But either way, Cold Zero gets 1. They always seem to at least leave with a frag. Not going to mean too much here. Dupree gets 4 again. He's got 8 frags to his name. As we go 3-0, and there should be an AWP available. Tarek buys it again, and he drops it towards Fallen. So it doesn't look like they'll go for a double AWP setup just yet.
Yeah, I guess it's a matter of knowing your role at this point in time for Tarek. He needs to pull up his socks. So too does Fallen, so too does Stewie. Cold and Fur both have 3 kills. No one else has any. As we start round 4, Dupree's going to smoke out toward the yard immediately. Meanwhile, fast play toward the halls, it seems. And Device with the AWP is leading the charge. Stewie gets back up on top of the train instead. Fallen has Magisk. That starts it off. He's on the board, and so too is the op.
Well, here we go then. The inside execution looking very likely. Maybe focusing towards that upper ramp. Indeed, Fallen gets the first kill. That was towards A main. Magisk gets dropped. I assume they'll just try and go power and numbers here towards inside. But there are 2 players, and it's going to be Stewie and Cold Zera. Waiting patiently. They've dropped an incendiary to buy some time for a rotation there, but all 4 players for Astralis will be entering the inside bomb site. MIBR need to convert this one. They go 4-0 down. I'm not sure they'll be able to recover this. They need to capitalize on this lead they have. Good start though. Tarek with the first, and Stewie struggling with this kill. He's going to be taken down here, but luckily Glaive's low HP. He might be able to get away, but not quite. 3 versus 2. Still a minute on the clock here as Fallen rotates him with the AWP. And he can see the bomb as well. Zipex watching the backlines, has not got a rifle. He's low HP as well. Surely Fur will take him down here. And indeed he does.
Exactly that. So Device now knows the problems ensue, and in all directions as he has to try and get the bomb, get it planted, and kill 3. Cold finds the angle instead, and MIBR find the round. It took them 1 less this time to respond to the early onslaught of Astralis. Fur has looked very sharp.
Yeah, he really has.
Who didn't take the branding off that water bottle?
Yeah, come on.
That is unacceptable.
Stop the game. Pause it. Let's get that sorted. There we go. Get it off the screen. Double AWP set up for the CTs.
Just so Dupree and all of his trash. Is he sick? Is he like drinking like 6 cups of tea there or something?
Yeah. Just keeping the vocal cords nice and loose there. Making sure it's all fine. Oh, Glaive's actually got the pistol here. I thought they'd be fully equipped, but no. Device without a helmet. Actually significant against his M4s. Glaive just with the CZ. Whoever loses this round might be on an eco, I'd say. It's definitely Astralis. It depends whether MIBR save weaponry or not. But here we go. A chance then to really get into this game. This will shut down the money on the Danish side for inside the pop dog room this time. Glaive just jumping over, just looking for a bit of intel here, seeing if anyone's directly beneath. Inside execution looking likely again. It's only Stewie 2K who's waiting inside. You can see him towards a connector. AWP in hand. He's got no real utility to deny the plant. If he had an incendiary, he might be able to slow them down, deny the plant for a certain amount of time. They're going to go for a contact play here. They're going to jump down together and try and use Device's AWP with a bait. Indeed they will. They'll hit the first, and the timing's not great there. So Stewie will get the first kill, fall down. They have got access towards the bomb site here, though, so he's still in a lot of trouble with players above him as well. And he's going to hit the shot, no problem at all. Zipex gets taken down. Stewie doing absolutely everything perfectly so far. Stays alive for as long as he possibly can. But Glaive now, players in front of him, but still in a lot of trouble.
He does manage to get back into Z, so he's still a problem here because he's removed himself. And in that alone, in the shadow of doubt, he becomes a problem. Tarek had to hunt him down, managed it well, and they will get the kills required. So they'll pick up the round. And MIBR go 2 in a row. You said it, Astralis is going to be back toward an eco. However, they do get a bomb plant on this, and it'll be a second bonus so that they're not going to be sitting out without money for too long. This round's certainly not going to be great, but the one after they'll be able to buy it completely.
Yeah, I say that came down to a 1v1 perhaps. They would consider buying up into this one, but it's not really required now. They're going to buy up next round. You can see timing not great there. If they both jump down at the same time and give you 2 targets, one of which is the Device, have a good chance of trading it. But running down like that, the flashbang wasn't quite perfectly timed. The flash had to come in like a second before. That would have been super effective then. But either way, Astralis still in the lead, 3-2. We'll just get some pistols here. No armor, no nades. Just looking to cause a bit of financial trouble for the Brazilian squad. We'll see. Round 6. MIBR. Surely we're picking this one up as we have an AWP towards the upper ramp. That's Stewie again. Falls back after throwing a little bit of utility there. Just the incendiary to hold them off while he repositions at the lower ramp. But Zipex is down on the other side. This could fall apart. Zipex with a PG-50. You can see the shadow. As you can see, he's going to try and surprise him. He's got this kill, no problem. Oh, thought he was on top, but no. He was beneath. The shadow actually a little bit troublesome there. There's a problem with CSGO. You can't see your own shadow. So if you're not 100% aware of the shadow positions on the map, you can maybe forget sometimes and not know how vulnerable you are. Go on, Zera pulls on back. I don't see a way that MIBR loses this round, but still, relatively expensive 1 kill, maybe 2 with Zipek's position. You can see him on top of the bomb site there, looking for any rotations. The inside area is actually completely open. MiBR taking a huge risk, not even having any presence there whatsoever. They're going to go up the ladder. No, sure not. Luckily, Glaive does not punish. Tarek was low as well. That should have been a kill. As they go towards inside, they'll get a plan of this, and it's Zipek still with the AWP inside, remember. So he'll be looking towards a connector. Nice timing on the flank, though. That's going to allow Fur to presumably shut this round down. Zipek's not known to be an AWPer. He'll have his work cut out for him in the 4-on-2.
Fur are going to work back down the ramp, so they'll cover off the back of the site as well. So far forward, both of the Astralis players, as that bomb continues to tick, they are buying some time on this. Oh, and a doubt that works out because Fallen fell directly in front of Glaive. Unfortunately, Alt picked up not a lot of time to react. So another round going the way of MiBR. They'll tie it up 3-3. Good momentum, trying to get the AK shot down. Look, come on, Tarek.
Just run and chuck it to him. Okay, they've done it. After
even at that point, it's a little bit... Tarek's really struggling today.
But it's 3-3. Bomb planted, though. Astralis with a nice opening pick there from Zipek. They had the inside bomb site for, what, a good 30 seconds before the bomb plant goes in, but that's fine. That's much more than they're worth. A couple of kills in the bomb plant. All for Device. Tying things up. Maybe I want to find a lead here. Like we said, 9 or 10 rounds would be... That would be idyllic, but whether it happens against Astralis, I'm not so sure. Or for Stewie this time. Not Cold Zero, so it's been between Tarek and Stewie so far in the secondary AWPing responsibilities. Zero by the server towards Ivy. Smoke down, just to allow him to get there. Nade will be thrown. Right, Unfallen's position, I would say. Not quite, just behind him, and he does 1 damage. Device is trying to bait out the utility here as they boost Cold Zero up. This could actually be brilliant. He fumbles it slightly. I think there was a kill there, but still finds it, takes down Magisk. Nice call. Fall back now, job done. As they just wait for the follow-up utility. They will get out of there and be unscathed. Great work from MiBR.
Yeah, fantastic. Astralis now really having to jump at this to pull it back. Again, their map choice, bringing this out for the first time in quite a while is their map choice. I would have to go into the history books. Look up the stats on when they last picked it themselves, because if they do, they've got to win, and MiBR looking like they've got the wind in their sails.
Nice. Yeah. He's back.
Not really. Still in 2016, bro. Peaked too soon. Fallen at Hitch can spot out toward A main, though. This gives them a chance to actually see what's heading that direction. Very slow and passive play from Astralis being a man down. They'll start to use utility at this point toward the site. Dupree on the flash alone wants to go in, and Glaive absolutely destroys Tarek. The Molotov going down towards Stewie, though, is a little bit late because he's able to push out, and Glaive was hoping that it was there before Setch time that the AWP arrived. As Setch, he's gone down, and they remove Zipex immediately after. It's Device and Dupree, AWP and AK. Dupree being the one with the rapid-fire weapon.
Good Molotov to flush them out with Device, but he's not watching that position, so great job, but 5 seconds remaining. That will be the round, and they're going to have to try and hold on to the weaponry they have. Or the AK-47. Looks like they'll both survive. Still, much better from MiBR. Keeping 4 players up here. 2 kills to Cold Zero. That nice boost towards Ivy. Yielded the first frag. Magisk goes down. They never really could get into the round after that. Astralis lose the lead. And what they buy up into this one? They got the AWP, the AK, and around 4K on Glaive and Zipex. I said it's definitely worth a buy. We'll take a timeout just to discuss their options, but I think it's worth it. You can get those guys with AKs, armor, smoke and a flash. Magisk might be pistol or SMG. You could go Galil armor with the 3K. You can see that round loss bonus starting to rack up now. 4th stage for Astralis. Average player money at the start of the round, 2.5K, but they have got the 2 saved weapons. Device 5 kills. Hasn't really gone into that godlike mode yet on train, which is very good news for MiBR. He hasn't had massive amounts of impact. So do they buy? I would say yes, but they might be thinking otherwise. There's the AK for Zipex. Presumably Glaive purchases up as well. So Magisk does get the Galil armor. That costs you 3,000 on the nose. With the $2,000 rifle, the $1,000 for the helmet. And an inside play looking likely again. 4 players towards the brown halls. Fur there with the incendiary. Chucks it down. They're going to run through that. They're committed now. And
ooh,
good trade. I like that, but maybe that even more. Stewie with the AWP. Ooh. Looks like a monster right now. That's not bad at all. 4 on 2. And that should be the round. Nice work from Stewie.
Both of those were so quick. And that absolutely could be the round. They're trying to sort the rifles out and figure out how best to defend this. Bomb down as Magist swings out. Smoke didn't quite see the fact that Tarek got low. And he will spot him on the inside of the smoke. Tarek still having a struggle of a game, but watch the high side. Cold can see an angle above the smoke. Glaive has a timer on his position, and he's getting naded. He's getting Molotov. He's getting burned and taken out by Fallen as they find Magist. Cold to do so. MiBR with 5 rounds in a row. Timeout perhaps, Astralis?
Perhaps now with the maximum loss bonus, yes, I would say so. 5 in a row. The rounds have been closely contested, though. You can see that bomb was down. If it wasn't for Stewie hitting some magnificent shots upon arrival, that should have been in the bag for Astralis. That first one, how quick is that? The second one, arguably better as well, as he just reacts so quickly on his day. He can be a world-class AWPer. Goes without saying for Fallen as well. 5-3. AKs are out in full force. Oh, the Krieg as well there for Device. So no AWP for them this time, as initial utility thrown towards the outside area. Smokes, flashbangs, just to show some presence. I think they're going towards inside once again. They're trying to pull a rotation away, as Fur is in a great position here, but they have spotted him. He'll have to drop off and surely goes down here. Couldn't do anything about that. Wasn't expecting the pace, but Stewie certainly was. He hit great shots before. Double smoke, you can see they're panicking somewhat on the T side. And now he'll have to wait and reposition. Stewie, great job so far, but now taken down. Will this be Astralis breaking the streak of MiBR?
Cold Zero getting a gap on the other side of the train, perhaps where one of those smokes could have gone. As you say, they panicked a little bit. They threw that down a little bit early. And will still hold MiBR at bay. AWP for Fallen as he wants to try and get back inside of the site. Looks down the lane. Immediately traded out. Cold finds Glaive. Fallen has to back off ever so slightly. This bomb might be one too far removed as Cold goes high, knowing Dupree's up close and tags him, but cannot get the kill. And Astralis finally respond.
Really like that from Astralis. They've ascertained that the AWPer is alone inside. So, why not? Let's show a little bit of presence towards outer. 2 smokes, flashbangs. A player is firing off some shots towards main entrance, quickly towards inside. Even if his Stewie is there, you've got 3 players going down the inside ramp. So, even if he hits the first shot, he should be trading that out, or at least negating the second. But it was Fur who went down with nothing, and still a decent retake attempt there from MiBR. They managed to keep the round expensive for Astralis, but still, they'll be winning it with 2 players surviving. A double AWP set up again, and you do not want to take that AWP out of Stewie's hands. So fair play as Fallen spots the first player jumping across there. Flashbang's deployed and he eats it. Fallen will have to be removed from the situation for a few seconds there as they make their way out. It is a tense moment here. You can see Tarek and co playing in front of the smokes. You're right, Tarek still looking like he's just trying to find those kills that look like guaranteed. The smokes are down, he's got some intel, but still being out-positioned and out-aimed. Haven't seen much from him so far. Really do need to see him turn it up. UMP for Glaive. A lot of reset potential here. They don't have a lot to work with. This round goes against him. It might be a double eco. Fallen doesn't quite miss the shot. Tries to react in time, but can't do it. 1 minute remaining. Not clear as to where they're finishing out. Looks like an outside execution to me with the flashbang. Oh, Tarek, how are you alive? It surely goes down here. And again, it's him being dropped first.
3 kills to his name. Fallen only on 6 to know. Has had some impact as Stewie takes Device out of the equation. So they're equal thus far. 42 seconds left, and they'll head toward B, where Fur gets against the wall. Traded out immediately. However, Glaive is very low on HP and has to get the bomb down with 34 seconds. Stewie's going to push on an AWP and somehow gets Majescu shot first in that exchange.
That's insane.
That might be round. Glaive's given up on the bomb plant, wants to fall back, but guess who's going to meet him? Cold Zero immediately on the stairwell. Reset for Astralis as well.
Big one of that. They had barely any money into that round, and they won the previous. So now they have no loss bonus. They have around $2,000 per player. This was Stewie getting it done once again, waiting to Device to peek, and then he pushes this smoke as well. How he wins that battle, I'm not sure. Majestic even spotted him. We saw it from his POV, but still hits it. He really has turned up in this second map, 6-4. Full eco pretty much for Astralis. Some deagles, no armor, 1 flashbang. Magus has got some Kevlar, might have had a bit more money than his teammates. For now, MiBR, this is exactly what we want to see. They do have a real good chance now finding double digits on the CT side. This round will be theirs, almost certainly. Fallen looks to be getting better and better each round as well. Cold Zero on 11, just a note. We haven't seen MiBR really change things up again. Remember on the CT side of Mirage, we said they were just sticking to their game plan. The default's not overthinking the situations, to stick to what's working. Haven't seen them go for a massively aggressive inside push, which is one of their telltale signs. I think when they're doing well on train, they do that a lot back in the day. We don't really see that too often anymore.
Good hold from Tarek this time to find Glaive. Bomb gets flung forward after Fallen found Zipix. And Cold was wait patiently toward the Ivy position Where in which the last two remaining players are. They'll find that out momentarily. One. Great shot, makes no mistake on it. Dupree, with two lovely deagle shots, knows now that he can draw this out and make it not only expensive, but perhaps somewhere in the back of his mind thinks he may have a chance. The one thing that thwarts all possibility of such chance is the fact that Bomb is down inside of the A site. He now has to rotate back, and Furs aware he's fallen away from Ivy, so where next will he arrive? Naturally, it's A main, and no mistake at the M4. 7-4 for MIBR.
Looking very good here. 2 rounds in a row for them. Money's still not there for Astralis, like I said, like double eco territory. If they hadn't bought those deagles, they'd actually have enough to buy in this round, believe it or not. Those deagles they bought are $700 a piece, have left them just shy of 4K, so it might have to be the same again. Looking for the third stage loss bonus now, 7-4. Astralis, to be fair, they could get 2 rounds on the T-side and be fine. So I'm not too worried for them just yet. I'd like to see MIBR win out, get the 11-4, give himself a real fighting chance of getting to Inferno as Tarek looking to find his confidence a bit more now. Flashed in. Nice kill by him. Doesn't want to be taken out with his pistol, though. Needs to make sure he stays alive. Can't let himself get frustrated as he holds up and towards A main. Looking to find multiple kills here. Surely we'll get this one on device. Shouldn't be much of a contest, but taken down to the Glock. Disappointing again for Tarek, and no bomb will be planted. That is some good news, though. As Cold Zera will find the penultimate kill. Just Mages going to be taken care of by Fallen. There it is. Tarek, the only player to go down that. Went to round number 13. The Orbs out device. We'll see whether he's got a decent spawn. Maybe go for that A main challenge. That could be a nice way to open things up. Let's go maybe straight towards the lower ramp. When CTs get comfortable, they start moving the Orb around towards directly beneath that lower ramp. So maybe going for the first pick. If Fallen wants to change things up, he's got a decent spawn to do so. Oh, yes. Henry, you've caught it again.
Wow, okay, just pat yourself on the back.
Well, no one else is going to.
Wow, Henry,
you're
so good at this.
It's like getting blood out of a stone. So watch this.
I can get blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a stone. Don't move.
So the Orb does go inside, and it will be Dupree, unfortunately, for MIBR's Tarek again. He needs to stop dying first. He needs to realize that he's the one going down every single round here. And that pop dog needs to change, because Astralis are abusing it somewhat, but still a 5-on-3 with Fur in this position. This could actually be enough.
Hang on, though. You'd think that, right? Device looks like an easy target. The problem is Dupree is still inside of A main, so if he walked by on that, look how much company he has. They won't expect him to be so close, though, so patience pays off. Gets one great read. Turns around and catches out Zipix as well. That's brilliant, considering Device is still a menacing problem getting towards Sandwich. Now Hell, in fact. Just opening up one single kill. Cold's not going to have any idea. This is now Boot on the other foot. He does check it, I think, anticipating that perhaps it was from Ivy. Not the fact that he would have snuck down past the trains. Majest gets one on the nade. It's all on Stewie nonetheless.
Well, there it is. It's going to be
a top job by Fur, unfortunately.
Yes. Well, it's the pop dog room that's a massive problem right now. The fact that Astralis are finding opening picks there, every single time, it's getting a bit of an issue for them. Tarek needs to fall back and play with the teammates, get the crossfire set up. If there's no trade coming out of it, suggests that wasn't a good call to make, as the grenade barely touches Cold Zera and takes him down. He was just about to pick up the kill on device as well. 8-5, money. Not in a fantastic spot. There is enough to buy. Do they want to save it for the last round, though? So Yanko needs to get involved. MIBR have called for a timeout. So discuss with Yanko right now. As you can see, average money right now, 4.5K. That's actually not too bad. They are going to buy up into it. They've got enough for Orbs here. So Fallen, Cold Zera bring out the AWPs. Not Stewie this time, but looks at things. Tarek with the M4, one smoking. You see, this is when they'll probably go for an aggressive player. I'd say the fact they have such a distinct lack of the grenades. Maybe you do want to go for a first pick somewhere, maybe push towards Ivy. We'll see which way they're inclined. Like I said, they were famed for having these sort of inside pushes before. They are sending 3 players here. Let's see if it works out for them. We have got Fur going up that lower round. This is what we wanted to see from them. And Zipex might be caught off guard. This is actually a bit of an Astralis setup. This is the Dupree ledge. As Flashbang is decent, Zipex is aware of it, and he'll get 2 kills. What absolute destruction that is towards the brown holes.
What an animal to turn back on that second kill to find Stewie as well, knowing with great awareness that there was a chance for that push.
Yeah, well, they had to do it, really. You can't hold off a fully equipped Astralis execution with no grenade. You have to go for an inside pick, and Cold Zera still able to find this round for them. The Orbs have been incredibly efficient. 3-on-3, they're recovering these situations very well. Tarek, a player we've been talking about a lot so far, surely has the kill here. Takes down Glaive. Device, though, at the same time, will find the sniper of Fallen, and Dupree just toying with Tarek a little bit there. Knew he had a guaranteed kill, and Device will close it out. That's going to be 8-6. That was the force buy technically from MiBR. Sure, they had the firepower there, but just had no grenades. That's a massive factor on a map like Train. You need to hold up those choke points and be able to focus on positions and lock out T's from pincering you from all angles. As Zipex, he actually transfers from the lower ramp towards that ledge. That was unbelievably sick as Device closes things out. Great awareness. He's looking better with the AWP now as well. 8-6. Barely anything here. It's similar to their second round setup. 2 scouts, CZs, and round number 15.
Fallen back at spawn still.
What's he up to?
Don't know. The way he was walking into the fence, I thought maybe he was lagged out for a moment, but seems to be running around again now. I'm not sure. No stop called yet, so we'll carry on as regular proceedings. Molotov down toward Ivy. Cold is inside of the cubby. Waiting for that to extinguish. He's not going to swing out just yet. And Fallen is going to join them at the back tracks. From Device wants to open it up. Flash through. Puts him slightly off angle, but if they go and commit to this, and in fact, the one round they look like they will with the majority of players, 3 of them here, and the bomb. This is when the pistols could certainly be promising if they pop out at the right time.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that MiBR can't win this one. Cold Zero, that sort of weapon at close range. You can see how effective it is. Mage's got no one with him to trade that kill out. And there's a smoke down. Cold Zero actually gets a rifle, a bit more damage done. Glaive will get the follow-up frag. And sure, they only have an AK now, but it's a lot better than what it was. So Tarek with the scout still. Cold Zero has been tagged down to 14 HP, but 30 seconds remaining. Pressure applied to Astralis. If had the AWP, he might be cooking with gas, but overall, looks like Astralis will head towards inside. Maybe not. 25 seconds now. Bomb still in a position where it could go to either sides. So going to show a little bit of inside presence, head towards outside. And the thing is, it's 3 players for... Oh, no.
You hate
happened.
that, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame to close it out like that.
It would have been potentially a defining kill in the round as well, because it would have slowed the bomb plant. It would have given them a chance to really hinder Astralis' progress toward the site. Now, it pretty much, as you say, means the round is gone. 8-7 looking likely. This time reverse order, at least. MiBR last time was 1 shy of the lead.
Yeah.
Tarek swings out. Stewie's still trying to hold with the same position on the CZ. Won't be able to do anything with it. Bad for Device as he gets back in position, so they'll take it. And as I said, 1 shy of the lead for Astralis this time as MiBR go 8-7. Better first half, and certainly had another good turn of form, but they need pistol. Surely they've got to get 1 pistol in this series.
That's when I walk past in the hallway, the one word I did hear them talk about was just pistols. Pistols, pistols. We need them now. Need at least 1 to fit on a team like Astralis, I would say. On a map, if you lose both of them, it's a death sentence. So you are absolutely right there. It was looking like such a good half from MiBR, but you can see right at the tail end of it, when they started to run out of money, when they could buy, they tried to mix things up. And like I said, those were classic SK gaming plays back in the day. The inside pushes, the Ivy presence, and trying to find opening picks. Just didn't look as efficient this time. They tried to get Fallen inside of the AWP, push up that lower ramp. This wasn't finding the kills required to really justify the push, but at the same time, didn't have the utility to do anything else. So not looking their absolute best, but 8-7 is definitely still possible here. I would say double digits would have been ideal. But we'll get into the second half now. The coaches get a chance to offer their inputs at this stage and talk about the much-needed pistol victory. Yanko's trying to rile up the troops, get them ready. They need this round. Absolutely. It's 8-7. Sure, they have the lead, but they got on the CT side, and Astralis got a nice bed of rounds here to close out the series 2-0. No upgraded pistols on either side, just 1 smoke for MiBR, no Molotov. The smoke's already been deployed, suggests they will use it. Looks like an Ivy push with 3 players here. Problem is Magisk looking to shut it down early, and he's in trouble. He's going to get dropped, no problem at all. Tarek will take care of that. He does spot 3 players there and the bomb. Dupree right next to Fur. This is interesting. Who comes out on top? The T's have made their way out of Ivy as Glaive. He's so good with the USP. Wow. What an absolute monster as Astralis look to pick up yet another pistol here. But Tarek, been quiet all series. He has 3 in the round now. Surely not another. He's gone down to 5 HP. Zipex knows he's low.
He nearly got caught hunting him down, though, because Cold had a chance to pop out from Pop Dog. Didn't think that one through. It was Zipex. Wants to swing. He's got Tarek dead for rights here at this point, and that's the bomb as well, so it could easily equate to the round. He didn't peek it. Well, now,
Bomb down.
Exactly. So Cold needs to go back that direction. Xyp9x, I think, just spotted him, and therefore they know exactly where he is. They'll play this accordingly. I say Xyp9x just spotted him. Maybe I was misled. I thought the X-ray and the darkness within the lines was him, but perhaps it was the girder on the doorway rather than his arm sticking out. Nonetheless, he's been found, and Device gets the kill, so 4 for 4 as Astralis pick up pistols.
They certainly do. MIBR didn't really stand a chance. His Glaive, he's been carrying them in these pistol rounds so far. Mirage, he looked spectacular and trained. Just look how precise this is as well. 1 bullet. See you later, Fallen. Same story for Stewie. And yes, they bring the round back some level, but overall, Astralis are incredibly comfortable there. And it will be a tactical timeout. Again, MIBR, 2 of them remaining. So with the option to force buy here, you could get Deagle armor or wait for the AKs in the third. I would say with the scoreline, it's not too detrimental right now. 8-8, I would say just get the AKs out next. But they're definitely discussing their options here and working out what the play is going to be. Maybe just to work out, is there a way to get the bomb down right now? The thing is, if they're taking a tactical timeout, I suggest they're up to no good, Matt. I would be very wary on my rotations as they pull out an AK. So is this a tactical purchase or an all-in situation? It looks like they're going for it.
Seems pretty aggressive for all in, given the scoreline. We're dead level at 8th.
So they've got 3 players with $0 now. Fallen, he will invest with them. It's just Cold Zera, who will join him right at the end there. So 1 AK, pistols. This is the Hail Mary, but it could work out. Fur has been playing out of his mind. The only player that's really been consistent throughout these 2 maps for MIBR. He'll have the AK-47 and a helmet, but Device with the AUG. Nice position for it as well. You can see how that scope just helps him out a little bit there. Maybe not so much, as he will hit the wall slightly. And now they know he's there. He does swing out wider. They're going to try and 1-dig him here. And as it gets a little bit awkward, they bait him out perfectly. They take him down. That's another rifle picked up now from IBR. The CTs won't be able to deny that. Yeah, I was going to say maybe grenade it out of position, but I don't think that's a possibility, yeah.
Cold. He'll get to it. Lickety split. So good start for MIBR.
Yeah. Remember, this was a huge risk as well. Normally bring out the AKs in the third. Battle is SMGs. They've decided to force buy here. This is what they did on the CT side as well, which did not work out for them. They have the 5 and 4. Still time remaining, and 4 smokes. So, still a fighting chance here. Bomb dropped. It's on the back of Fallen now. CZ for him. The smokes to be presumably deployed momentarily. The thing is, they are running out of time now. It's got to the point they haven't got to the end of Ivy in this. We've hit the 30-second mark. That's where the bomb is. Clay with the smoke, and he's not watching Ivy. Some good news here from IBR. The timing's actually looking quite good for them. 3 players inside for the Astralis setup. So this is actually looking quite nice now. MIBR have got Clay completely pincered in. They'll take him down. And surely this is the round now. 5 versus 3. Bomb will be planted, no problem whatsoever. The CTs don't really have much to say about it. No way.
Right anticipation.
He hit him once, I think.
Yeah, wrong accuracy. So bomb planted. You're right, this could be the round. They don't win pistols, but they can steal back the momentum, and they've done exactly that by picking up a UMP and an AUG to complement that of the AK. We called it the bullpup. Someone informed us of an interesting fact.
Yes. A
bullpup is any weapon in which the magazine is behind the trigger.
Yeah, so a FAMAS is a bullpup as well.
Yeah.
So
I asked about the P90. I assume it's bottom because that clip magazine's on the top.
Yeah.
So I don't think that one applies, even though it would be behind the trigger finger. It wouldn't be the same?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe some gun specialist out there will let us know again.
Well, there it is. It will be 9-8, and not a single kill given away. MIBR with the 1-dig. And I have watched a lot of MIBR games on Train recently. Cold Zera's deagle on this particular map on the T side is like unreal. He is so confident with it. He put on such a clinic in the online season of ECS with that weapon. I'm sure we're going to see more and more of it as we get into round number 18 here. 3 players survive for Astralis, and they will invest into this round, trying to steal back the momentum. But this is a great access point now for MIBR to maybe sink their teeth into this map and have a really nice close game here. It was looking promising on Mirage. This fell apart in the second half. Good shot from Fallen, no problem there whatsoever. Finds Dupree. But will he get traded out in response? He certainly will. Device that scout. Precision headshot towards Tarek, and his woes continue. Nades deployed, and Fallen's on just 5 HP. Desperately scrambles out of the bomb site there. Needs to get his AK. Does so. He actually wanted to steal away the second AK, so the CTs didn't get it. So a risk, but one that's worth it. As Fur does get another kill. Nice little wallbang through the door there. Pop Dog takes down Magisk. And it will be a 4-on-3. Barely any utility for the CTs. No kits either. In terms of the inside presence, is Glaive just a pistol? I can't see a world where Astralis pull this one back and this device goes absolutely ham with the scout. They're going to focus most of their weaponry towards inside. You can see Glaive positioned at the upper ramp. Device watching connector, and Zipex will join the party as well. They're just going to say, well, they go outside, we'll take the loss. They go inside, we'll fight for it. And they could be in luck here. The bomb is actually positioned, I say that, maybe going outside at this point. I was seeing some presence towards Brown Halls. Glaive spots one. 30 seconds remaining now. It looks like the outside commitment comes in from MiBR. Shouldn't be able to lose this round now. Once a bomb is planted, that should be guaranteed.
Should be. Zipex smoked off. Glaive's there. They could have gone for a boost, but at this point they're thinking likely what we are. What's the point? Bomb's down. There's 4 to find, and you've got a gun and M4. No need giving it away. Armor for Glaive, and now a scout. Fair enough, all things considered. So 10 rounds for MiBR. Again, this, as much as they picked Mirage, I would have predicted this to be more MiBR's map than the previous. So this is definitely very much a game. As you say, Inferno's not necessarily been favorable to the Brazilian. I can't say that anymore. To MiBR.
Yeah.
Just gets repetitive, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. To the Americas lineup. But we might get there.
Well, it's just the scouts. The M4 saved. There's an incendiary there for Zipex as well, but they were not forced into the next round. Maybe some PT-50s at the very most. As the fist bumps come through, so it's looking much better now for MiBR. Risk in the seconds with the force buy. It works out very well. Round 19. There it is. CZ for Glaive. PT-50 for Magus. Nothing really else brought into the round, so we are off. We'll see. Flashbangs. The play from OBR will be successful here. It's going to be Zipex with the first kill, though. Oh my goodness, he's got 2. This could fall apart. They could not afford to give this round up. But we'll start bringing the round back in their favor. But Device, that scout, still finding shots. Dupree will recover the M4 as well. 2 versus 2, but Fallen's been tagged. Dupree been so deadly today. Spots another, but needs to be very careful. He's got no armor on him. He'll melt. Any bullets coming in his direction, he's going down.
He certainly is. Fallen takes his head off. It wouldn't have mattered how many bullets were going there. As it is just Glaive remaining. 3 in a row looking to be perhaps the case. That said, it's low enough HP. Fallen's on 31, Cold's on 68. The CZ for Glaive can be a problem for them. They're going to take the bomb back over toward B, it seems.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Yeah, distance. AK certainly reigns supreme at that range versus the fall off of the CZ. Little Molotov thrown out as well to keep him from walking in connector as they plant. They plant safe side of the bomb train. M4 picked up. He fancies giving it a go.
Well, they're buying next round either way, but he might as well see if anyone's pushing up a ramp or making a mistake. Still has enough time. Maybe in the next 10 seconds or so needs to find both of these kills if he is going for it, but right now, still sneaking in and taking down. Cold Zera looking stronger and stronger. That's his 17th kill. Portland's looked excellent on this map as well. 11-8. Money there, though. Device, no questions asked, brings out the AWP. 3-1 in the second half. MiBR actually losing both pistols, but this time managing to convert that second round of force buy. Device with the AWP, same story for Fallen. What a battle that is on paper. Device at 12, Fallen with 16. Device wants to go for that inside play we talked about before in the first half, just looking for anyone crossing over towards the upper round. Going to bait in Zipex towards the ledge once again. 3 players committed towards inside from Astralis. It's going to be Dupree waiting at the upper ramp with a follow-up flashbang if these players do get some confrontation towards the lower ramp.
To the corner. He warms it up. Lights it on fire. Third-man stack, though. Dupree running around. No chance Cold had a fight in that at all. 2 on the ramp as well, ready to trade. Meanwhile, with Glaive, they now know with that much presence at B, has to be sharp because they're going that direction. Perhaps it's Magisk instead that has the deed, and he's got the bomb down. It's Fallen and Fur remaining, and they're... I was going to say trapped, but Fur was actually coming in from a main on this, so he can pull back some space. That lets Fallen rotate around. He's got Zipex. It's turning yet again. AWP ready towards CT stairs as well, and Device backs off smartly.
Yeah, this is really well done from Fallen. He's doing everything perfectly. Oh! What a shot that is to take him down. Dupree still has a fighting chance, though. He's made it all the way towards T-spawn. He's going to be making his way towards the main entrance as well. There might be a kill on a plate for him. Depends on the timings. Does spot him. So there it is. That's the frag he needs. He's going to wait, though. Show trigger discipline. in its truest form.
He's going to turn shortly and change. Well, he's not. I thought Fer would at least turn around and glance at it. Given they had no information, that's incredible. The exact second the M4 gets the headshot, remember it's M4, not AK, Fallen kills him before the second bullet registers, because it actually shot from his gun, but he was dead before it registered. That's impressive.
That is. Well,
it's also extremely unlucky.
There's a couple of kills there from Magisk. He thought it'd be enough, but Fallen that smoke towards the CT steps, waits patiently, and it all pays off in the end. Fallen with 4, and it's another Deagle round here for Astralis. Deagles, PT-50s, Magisk with armor, and they are starting to look a little bit out of their depth here. MIBR with the fire here in the second half. We're going to have Dupree naded down to 13 HP, so he'll be pretty much removed from the round, and inside play looking likely. These contact plays towards inside can be very efficient towards the upper ramp especially. Pistols versus the rifles, as you'll see the Molotovs just to push anyone back. It won't actually work out too well here as Zipex is just waiting behind the fire, but allows them to get right towards the choke point, if you will. The corner, flash it in, just check it efficiently. Old Zera and Fer making their way towards that upper ramp. Like I said, very good position for these AKs to get in towards, as they'll have the body system in full effect, hit their shots, and they might struggle to get this kill. Device will pull one back, but surely trade it out. Great round here from MIBR. Sure, they're giving up a kill, but this is guaranteed now. Just Magisk with the Deagle. Cold Zera picking up all the kills, just a note there. Looking for the ace. 21 to his name now.
Might get it. He's the furthest forward. Spots it. Does. Ace for Cold. So 5 to his name, 13 to MIBR, only 8 to Astralis, 1 in this half, that being the pistol. The next 5 have all gone away from them. And again, we say it, Inferno is the deciding map on this series. Or in this series. We still have yet another match coming up a little later as well.
We do. North versus NIP. That will be another epic best of 3. I'm sure that'll go right down to the wire. Quite evenly matched these days, I would say. But Astralis for another bye. Currently 5-1 down on their CT side. Still a lot of work to do, though. One of the most tenacious teams you'll ever face on the server. Astralis know they can bring this one back. As they have another full buy here, we get into it. Round 22. Hold the device. The kits there. Let's see whether this maybe a bit of aggression from Debris will work out. We'll see if he wants to push any further. It's Glaive bravely facing the top of the ladder there towards Port Dog. At least holds that position for now as MIBR go for their default, going for Brown Horse control first. Same Molotov, you want to throw that every single round. AWPers there can be so deadly. That means that only one player can hold towards inside and allow 4 to be outside. So good stuff so far. Stewie just wants to get a little bit further and see if there's any presence there towards upper, which there is. Device needs to be careful. This movement could catch him off a position. But now looking comfortable. Default continues. They've got their basic control. Nades towards the top of bot.
Yeah, certainly did just step around the wall. None of the particles can penetrate, so he gets away scot-free. Fallen wants to go back out to where in which a smoke exists, and the second one will be deployed. That buys further time. We're down to 46 seconds and a flash behind it. That should, I think, be somewhat telegraphed. Yeah, counter flash. They're expecting someone to be in here. They knew what that play was all about. So Dupree gets rather easily dealt with. Blade wants to just trade it off, though. Wants to respond. Gets one. Backs off. Terra gets the kill instead, but Magisk able to get the shot over top immediately after. They'll back away. Bomb goes toward B. So I thought perhaps maybe they would get a little more in that from the strongest side of the trades, but Fallen never giving it up, never trying to hold off rotations, just wants to play the team game, and he'll rotate back around, not giving away any further kills. Although Stewie will. It's a trade back, and Fallen is now in position, but the bomb has to be planted. And he's got 11 seconds to try and do it as Cold tries to defend desperately with the AK-47. He'll attempt to get a little closer still. Spots out Magisk, but a little bit late. Double take. He's taken down before the response, and Magisk doubles up. It's now 9 for Astralis.
My goodness, what a round that was. Back and forth. It seemed like the best call MiBR could have made. Back towards its side. No CT presence there, which it was. It was perfect. The problem was Fallen had the bomb. He was on the other side of the map. It took him, what, 15, 20 seconds to get all the way towards inside. Luckily, got the plant down. Actually, Device was watching the angle for the cross. He misses it. And the bomb does get planted, but a decent retake. Now Astralis have the double AWP set up for the first time. It's actually Magisk that uses the double AWP on the Astralis side on Train. It's the only map you'll see him AWP on. So watch out for that. I'm sure he'll be the one to collect it in a second. He'll presumably be holding it towards Ivy. There we go. We'll see whether he wants to get aggressive at all. Still going to be Zipex, of course, the anchor of Astralis. One of the best in the game at that role. So good for a couple of frags every single time. Great movement, good awareness. Fantastic aim. Doesn't overcommit. It's exactly what we need in that roll as Glaive will be caught out of position. Nice smokes at the start. Here's Zipex. We did say normally good for a couple. This time he gets nothing. That could be the round in itself, but Dupree does pull one back towards outside. Will they go for this retake? This is resets all over the place, so if they lose this round, they'll have nothing for the next. If they save 2 orbs in an M4, though, they'll still be alive and kicking. What do they want to do? I'd say save at this point. Especially that smoke there.
Tarek getting back in position on the AK. And Save seems to be likely nearly caught by it. Tarek now knows they're heading towards CT, which means they're going to go toward the backtracks. Wants to try and get through Zed and cut them off. He's got a chance at it. And he's got another one because he can rotate to Ivy. They're staring him down. Too much attention for him to handle, as it's now going to be 14. However, for his team, he might have the last laugh on Train.
Terrorists win.
Only 9 for Astralis, and that comes off the back of 1 win. Reset is huge. Yanko knows it. You can see him pumping up the boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Punish them now, put the nail in the coffin. I mean, they've got the 2 AWPs, they've got the M4, they can do something around that, but it's going to be desperate. It's not going to be perfect at all.
Remember, though, they're still on the CT side. They're not that far behind. Win 1 round, it's 14-10. That doesn't seem impossible now on the CT side of Train. This is going to be the most testing point of the game, though, for Astralis. They have 2 AWPs, the M4. They almost certainly will buy up into this. No reason not to. So they're going to buy whatever they can. Maybe a couple of SMGs required, maybe a shotgun. You see that every now and then on Train. Right now, Zipex has the CZ. Not sure what the final complexion of the round will look like. The AWPs are great here, but where do they plug the holes? Maybe 2 UMPs. Haven't seen the MP5 so much recently, just to know. I think that's dropped off.
Good.
In terms of this novelty.
Yep.
Doesn't seem as
Take
prevalent
a
anymore.
month and a bit, and everyone will get it out of the system.
Yeah, there was just 2 events where it was like really popular. But looks like we'll be underway momentarily. No one's shouting. This might be technical.
I think they're just going to restore the game, I was told. Yeah, the MP5 to me just doesn't seem proficient at all. Armor penetration seems pretty poor. Fall off's pretty significant. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I think on some CT sides it could be situational because obviously the silencer, but on the T side especially, that's not going to be a massive deal. You're taking duels, you don't really want that weapon against eco players. Maybe the MP7 or this UMP, the classic, as we're still waiting for this technical issue to be resolved. You can see the guys just quiet now, pacing at the back. Yanko waiting for his team to find map point. There's the reset coming in, so we should be underway momentarily. So, UMP for Magus, that seems about right. UMP is pretty much a perfect weapon in this scenario. You've got 2 players on 3K. They both purchased up with that SMG. 14-9. Grenades to be bought up. 1 kit so far. Zipex can buy another one. He's got $500 residual cash. Does he want to do it? I guess not the end of the world if he doesn't. As long as they have 1 kit, that's fine. But it's Magus and Device. AWPs. Will they go for a similar sort of stance to what MIBR when they're back towards the wall? Go for the aggressive push towards Ivy or inside? Remember, they don't play that map as often, or this map I should say, so maybe they don't have that in their back pocket to really deploy. We'll see though. Device looks likely to go towards a connector and watch the main entrance at the very start. A classic angle, just needs to hit the shot. Spots 1 crossing towards Olof. It's called Zera, and he'll get 1, but that's all he'll find. Dupree, a scrappy kill, but gets it all the same. Falling out. AWP once again at the main entrance. Molotov's in. It's called Zera. They had the good spawn and
Flagged.
Goodness, that was so close to a kill. He does hit him. Great effort. Glaive down to 16.
Tarek works in from Ivy. Smoke deep. Device forward of it with the AWP. Makes no mistake hitting the shot. Expected perhaps that they would try and work down given the smoke's placement. So, well read, well struck. Fallen. Still with the AWP. Wants to try and hold off the angle from afar to allow Fur to get closer. He's crouched down. Fallen can see above him. Make no mistake about it.
Oh my goodness,
Again,
how's he done
though.
that?
Bomb train? Just barely saw him sticking out, perhaps?
I have no idea, but it was sick. Whatever happened there. Device actually throws away the AWP to Dupree, the low HP player. And this should be around. Remember, 14-10. Still a little bit scary for MiBR. Until they get that 15th round on the board, this still isn't a done deal. At least want to guarantee overtime first before you can... Oh, how is he alive? Fallen.
And Device as well, though, you could say, because Stewie was smoked off. Exactly that. As soon as Fallen had the information, yeah, fair play, he gets away. Stewie could have punished that much sooner. He's a low HP on 11. He wants to go back down Pop Dog, read rotations, and give a little bit more presence toward the outer site while the bomb transitions toward B. It's only a 1-minute advantage. And Dupree and Glaive are not that well off combined. 15 seconds.
No bomb there yet. Stewie needs to hit his
I don't know
kill.
if he can get there. Stewie realizes the situation, and they, with even the slightest bit of resistance on B, go back toward A. That's round done. Bomb hits the deck. Stewie going to try and do what he can for kills, but Xyp9x does not need to engage, and that alone will win it out. Astralis find the 10th.
Oh, he'll survive, though, the AWP. He gets no money, but can still drop an AK. You can see the money's not actually amazing for MiBR, so a lot more expensive than it had to be for Astralis towards the end. We didn't see it from Device's POV, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. This was his opening kill, though, towards the Ivy position. Nails that as well. Picks up the M4, and then it all starts to go a little bit wrong, but Glaive with the AWP managed to find the round victory. They're still alive and kicking here on Train. Need to actually convert a few rounds in a row. They need to break the money down of MiBR before we can start having that conversation as to whether they can do this. Lose this next one, they will be reset themselves. This is indicative as to whether MiBR finish things off right now or we go a little bit further. We'll see. 14-10. Double orb set up again. Mages hasn't really done too much of his just yet. But no UMPs inside, I don't think. It's an MP9, so I am correct in one sense, but it's the lesser of the SMGs coming through. But Glaive, I'm sure, will be more than fine. He's a small cookie, that one. We're going towards Ivy, flashing through, trying to find the first pick and punishing players on the other side. Wow. He surely is going down. There had to be an insta-kill.
Great idea, but they just weren't close enough.
Yeah.
The MP9 from that range against armor, no chance. I mean, look at the HP. He hit Fallen once, he has 88 left. Yeah. Like, what do you really want from that gun?
He just wanted to get a one and done there. Sabotage their attempts of a default, but like he says, it doesn't really work out for them. Third map looming now. That's Inferno. Astralis fine with that. This is their pick. Not sure will be a mainstay for them, but we'll see. Stewie takes that.
Again, group stage, right? This is the time to do
definitely. Absolutely. Just, it's the first time I think we've seen them pick it in a while, so I'm just interested to see whether that trend will continue after this. But they can still win the map. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 5 and 4, definitely recoverable.
Swap things around. Top down, Dupree's going to be forced forward to that. Tries to use the ladder perhaps to get some mechanics over top of it. That or hesitation. Either way, he's locked in there. Big shot from Majesk, all too easy. In fact, considering they had the smokes down, they just ran up the lane. Linear perspective, easy shots. Majesk backs off, wants to catch them in transition, but toward the bomb train at this point. Remember, they're still trying to work in from Sandwich. 3 on his right.
10 seconds on that.
Oh, he hits it! The timing! Into the smoke, that's the bomb down as well. 10 seconds is right, because now they have to recover. They are on the plant. Fallen trying to put it down. He will, but he's going to fall immediately after, and Device cleared out Fur. That's pretty spectacular.
That's unreal. So most AWPers, when that smoke's down in front of them, they'll always wait a couple of seconds though, but you don't usually hit it when it's that wide. Normally you're holding a very tight choke point like an Inferno towards arch middle perhaps. But that is very well calculated, a little bit lucky as well. Shouldn't be happening. Terrorist did enough to get across safely, but Majisk, oh my goodness, does he ever save them? Smoke down, waits 2 seconds, pull the trigger, takes down Stewie, and absolute pandemonium ensues after that. PD-50s are out, no one can really hit the shots, but there it is, closing it out. It's 14-11. Bomb planted, MiBR will take an eco here, presumably allow it to go to 14-12, but we'll see. Astralis could give this one up. Stranger things have happened. All it takes is one of those orbs to go down early.
Molotov deployed. That'll be that Pop Dog, as you all can see.